some points. I'm going to take it as a series. I'm trusting that I'll be able to do it well. And I'm going to take some calls. But listen to me. There are things that your child that grew from your home that is dysfunctional. What do I mean, or how do I mean that when the home is dysfunctional? Husband and wife, they always fight. They abuse each other. The husband does not come home on time. When he comes home, as soon as he presses the horn, every child or every of the family members, they dive into their nook and crannies because the demon or the monster or the principality and the power of their home has come. You can never see their children say, "Daddy, daddy, mommy, mommy, welcome." No. They know that the moment the man comes home, everybody goes back to their shells. Those are children from dysfunctional homes. Or the man comes home drunk. There was this, you have 4 children for 4 different men in the same house. They will be there. Some will not even have children. They have aborted it. The doctor will tell them, this one, you can never be pregnant again. Same home. And I used to wonder, why would parents complain about such kids? Because you are the cause. When they see you hurt each other, they never saw you hug each other, they never saw you kiss each other, they never saw you do things together. You don't sit on a dining. I do therapy for people that have sexual struggle. One of the things we tell them to do is draw the picture of your family system. Dad, mom, yourself, other children eating together. None of them. In various brothels, people that are on the pulpits, people that are in the church, people that are loving God, choir members in churches, they will tell you, no, there's nothing like that. Everybody eats anyhow. As a matter of fact, I eat in the kitchen. As a matter of fact, the moment daddy and mommy are fighting, no food in the house. These are children. And the moment they discover that, they shut down for life, for real. They shut down. They don't bother about their emotional life being healthy anymore. They are just healthy in their academics. And like I told you, Professor, you don't sleep in the classroom. A doctor will not sleep in the hospital. Vincent Edda is in the studio. Give him some time. He will close and go home and lay his head in a home. I don't sleep on the pulpit as a preacher. I go home. And children that grows from such families, they have serious stages of crisis. They find it difficult to be committed. You can never see them committed to any relationship. See them. They are everywhere. When they bring green today, they will bring yellow tomorrow. They will bring black next tomorrow. They are changing girls as clothes or like clothes. Boys does the same thing. I mean, guys does the same thing. Girls does the same thing. They change clothes. They go about having unhealthy sexual life because they came from a very dysfunctional home. And let me say this. Another thing that hits those children is they look at your friends around and say, I wish my family is like this family, but all of them have their secrets anyway. Somebody was asking me, is it possible to keep having this? I mean, not to have a dysfunctional home. It's possible. Listen, the dysfunctionality of any family system is the button. Your daddy gave it to your daddy's daddy gave it to your dad, to his dad. His dad gave it to another dad gave it to your dad, another dad now your dad is now giving it to you. It is nobody's fault. It's a pattern. My name is Olufunke Adetuberu. This is She Matters with Olufunke on your one and only station, Fresh FM 105.9 in the city of Ibadan. It's the best station ever. Keeps you fresh, so dynamic, so creative. Once again, on behalf of the CEO of this station, I want you to just take time to listen and think. If you're not thinking, you'll be thinking. Thinking makes a man. If you refuse to go back to your shell as a man, as a woman, I used to ask myself sincere question, Olufunke, what you are doing now, what is going to be the result in the next 10 years? Honestly, if my conscience tells me that this one, you are not going nowhere, I change. I was sharing with some women, I said, if I'm building a structure like Cocoa House, it's a 25-story building, and the engineer just comes and says, Ma, you spent so much. You've done 15-story building. Out of 25, you have 10 more. But ma, we notice a crack from the foundation to that 50th or 15th structure. I will tell them to pull it down and destroy it, demolish it. Because listen, if you don't demolish it and you don't pull it down, you will build that edifice. People will celebrate you. They will do housewarming. But you are living on a borrowed time. It's going to crash. That is the life of people that refuse to change and they are patching their lives. What? You can't afford to keep patching anything. I told you several years ago. The Lord said to me, anything you cover will decay. I will explain that. We'll go for this music break. I'll be right back. Thank you for listening.
You're listening to 105.9 Fresh FM.
Same God who was there for you in the midnight hour is the same God who is able to wipe your tears away. Is the same God who was there in time of lack and want. Is the same God. Is Jehovah my great provider. Tell me why you're giving up on God. Tell me why you're giving up on Him. Tell me why you're giving up on God. Hold up, change is on the way. Ebesina, you could not stop. Again, even so, Imanati Atigide. One demo, Jesus say, it's a year. Chukadiga Twasi, Agadiri Ima. Don't you cry, changes He. Weep him in death for the night. Joy's gonna come in the morning. You don't have to cry no more. Hold God by His word. He's gonna do what He says. Lift your hands and give Him praise. Oh, you could not so. Only even so boogie. Imalati atigide. One demo. Jesus say, it's a yagi. Chukaniga swasi. Ebesina. You could not so. Only even so boogie. Imalati atigide. One demo. Jesus say, it's a yagi.
Wow, welcome back to She Matters with Olufunke Adetuberu on your one and only station, Fresh FM 105.9, right in the heart of Ibadan. One of the best, and is the best in town. That's the truth. It's not flattery. I don't flatter people. Every time I tune into this station, there's no dull moment. I appreciate the CEO of this station because he celebrates resources. He allows people to explore and do what they are wired to do, and it's so natural. Thank you once again, Evangelist Nkadjoela Ifele, for being such a very, very unique man. Thank you. I'm so passionate about what I'm saying. Children that comes from a dysfunctional home, these are the things you see in their lives. They compare themselves with other mates. They wish, I wish my daddy, I wish my home is like this. You know, they're not happy with who they are and what their parents looks like. And you know what? when they find themselves in that situation, it is the issue of identity. And the devil does not destroy a man until he destroys his identity. You can be 50, 60, 100 and still be battling with your image, your identity. You're struggling with, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? You know, so much confusion goes on in your heart because of what has happened. For instance, look at David. He was a man of one night sleep, solid, sound, destiny, great man. He killed Goliath, did everything, but he couldn't really settle down in his home. And guess what? Solomon, he handed over the battle. And that's why I said it's not blaming anybody. You can't blame yourself for what is happening to you, but you have to work on yourself. You have to deal with your baggages. David was a son of one night sleep. He slept with Bathsheba. When he was going to hand over to Solomon, he handed over the throne. He didn't hand over emotional baggages. You agree with me? He only handed over the throne. He told his son Solomon, do this, do that, kill these, don't let this one come home, all sorts. But he never handed over women. And before Solomon could wake up, he had 300 wives, 700 concubines, and 1,000 mother-in-laws. How can you have 300 wives, 700 concubines? How many days do we have in a year? That tells you something, that when they hand over if you don't deal with your baggages and they hand over the baton to you, you're going to be worse than your daddy. Everything you hated in your father, you're going to repeat it hook, line, and sinker if you don't deal with it. It's not something you should take casually. You can be preaching like this and be preaching fire and brimstone and be struggling with your identity. David killed everybody. Guess what? He killed Goliath, killed all the Philistines, had some good victories, but he could not be a good father. He wasn't a good husband. Can you imagine? Solomon that we're talking about preached against adultery. So if you are telling me I can preach, anybody can preach. I'm no more intoxicated by preaching. I'm so sorry. I'm checking out for your baggages, dealing with them. Solomon preached against adultery. He died an adulterer. He was the one. If you look at the Proverbs, he said a lot about adultery. And at the end of the day, he became an adulterer with a distinction. He got A's, excellence in the act. 700 wives, 300 wives, 700 concubines, and of course every of his wives had mother-in-laws. So 1,000 mother-in-laws, had 1,000 women that he's sleeping with. Come on. So when you are from such a system, you repeat the same thing, hook, line, and sinker. There are children that when they grow up, they will now discover that I've not grown. How do I mean? When they get angry, they scatter everywhere. They drink, they smoke, they take hard drugs. They are violent, they are aggressive, they are in a cult, they do things. It is when they grow up, they begin to discover what is the root cause of this. The foundation is that they are from a dysfunctional home. Sometimes, when they even become very old, they used to ask themselves, why is my son like this? Why is my daughter like this? They had forgotten. As a matter of fact, some of them actually feels everything is perfect. I have children from dysfunctional homes, especially pastors' homes. Their children, everybody around them thinks their house, their family is perfect, rosy. Everything is okay. They dot the I's and cross the T's. It is when the children grows up and you begin to see them smoke, see them going all over the town, doing what they're not supposed to do. Then you are wondering, what is this? It's like a smoke. It will come up. It will show up. There's no way. You can't hide it. And listen to me. You relate with your world with your emotions. It's not, forget spiritually. We are tripartite being. You have a spirit, you have a soul, and you live in a body. Everything that happens to you when you are growing up, from your parents, your upbringing, the way they love you, the way they hate you, the much of beating you see your mom and dad did, the much of not coming home on time, the much of daddy come home drunk, the much of having to see your dad sleeping around and your mom doing also sleeping around, and things that happens and it becomes a paradox to you. Everything is sitting in your soul. And of course, your profession, your academics is also sitting in your soul. Oh, best lawyer, no home. Best banker, no marriage. Best physician, no family system. And they are the best. Everybody celebrates them. But when they get to the secret of their lives, they are in pain. They wish it never happened. They wish they could just put their lives together and bring out the best. So recovery, healing, restoration is so important. You don't blame your dad. You don't blame your dad. You don't blame your dad, the dad of the dad, and the daddy of your daddy. You don't. But you look at your life. Somebody did that. I was shocked. Do you know that when Jacob went to Egypt to meet Joseph, he wanted to hand over the baton again? He was not conscious. Some of the things that you are doing today, you are dancing to a music you don't know is playing the rhythm. You're just dancing. Everything is It's like it's symphonized, but there's no symphony. Yeah, I didn't even say Yoruba today at all. It is well. I thought I was interpret. Please help me to interpret for people around and let them listen properly. I have to flow like this. He never knew that he wanted to pass down another trauma that has hit the family of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Jacob wanted to give it to Joseph. Joseph, how do I mean? He brought his two boys, Manasseh and Ephraim, to just for his father to bless them. And the father crossed his hand. He said, Daddy, enough. Don't perpetuate this trouble. Don't continue. I can't take it. And that was the end. This man understood what is being passed down. Whatever anybody has passed down to you. I will take some questions. Please don't contribute. Just ask questions. I'm going to open the lines today. I really want us to have enough time to take a lot of questions. Don't contribute. I don't need contribution, please. If you want to contribute, I'll give you my number later. You can do that. But please, on this program, I don't want to contribute. I want to make some points clear and I want to take your questions. Children from such homes, there are people that they don't have the capacity to love because they've seen their dad, who is their hero, love 7 women at the same time. So what's the meaning? Come on. Women are just decorated cardboard or a punching bag or a cook or a steward. Someone to just take care of the house. Homemaker. That's the mindset of a child that comes from this system. And listen to me, if they are not careful, they're still going to raise their children like that. Listen to me, I'm getting so worried and I'm telling you the truth. What is going on in the system in Africa, in Nigeria today is becoming very, very alarming. Children who are supposed to be graduate, go to university, they are everywhere robbing. And they are from a home. From a home. A child that the parent did not give a proper legacy. How will she do? We need a legacy. We need to give a proper legacy to our children. Give them the standard of life. Tell them that godliness with contentment is a great game. They can learn to be contented with what they have. And what you don't have today, you have them tomorrow. But having to steal, to kill, to murder for what you have not worked for. Come on, it's scary. And listen to me, some of the parents that are hearing me today, when you are able to sit down and trace it, you know my slogan, trace it, face it, erase it, and start replacing it. If you are calling me on this program, you're going to call us on 080-3232-1059 or 080-7777. That is 7 in 4 places, 1059. And of course, if it's an international call, you can call us on +234-809-222-1059. Before I begin to take our calls, hold on. Before I begin to take our calls, I want us to just go a little bit on the music break. Then I'll come in to say one thing. No, I know calls are coming in. Let's just take one music again so that we can enjoy ourselves.
You're listening to 105.9 Fresh FM.
When I think upon your goodness and your faithfulness each day, I'm convinced it's not because I am worthy to receive the kind of love that you give, but I'm grateful for your mercy. And I'm grateful for your grace. And because of how you poured out yourself, I have come to sing this song out in praise.
You're listening to 105.9 Fresh FM.
Perhaps some advice I just take them before.
If you'd live for the next 100 years, I'd live for the next 100 years as well, minus 1 day, so I wouldn't have to live without you.
Have you ever been in
Love doesn't have to sit there like a stone. It has to be made, remade all the time, and made new all day long. Which is why Fresh 105.9 FM has created a beautiful atmosphere of love for you and your loved one on Valentine's Day to rekindle and ignite your passion. There's lots of games, talks, interaction, and great prizes up for grabs. Come have a special dinner on Valentine's Day with your darling while listening to melodious tunes of love from Dr. Yinka Yefele MON. Sade Black. Comedians, acapella, laugh up, Omodation, Seteru, Shem, and many more. Venue, Fresh FM Event Hall, Music House Challenge, Ibadan. Time, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Call Blessing to make a reservation now. 081-6157-3659.
Proudly supported by Blessed Water, Intercontinental Distillers, Exquisito Cakes, Academy Suits, Karen Lee, D. Patrick Cakes and Shakes, Downtown Hotels and Suites.
For sponsorship, please call Bimbo on 0706-657-8067 or Wale on 0803-550-6090. There's only one happiness
in life.
To love and love.
Forward-looking parents today invest in world-class education for their children. Our curriculum at Bodija International College prepares students for upward mobility as global citizens. Bodija International College is situated in a beautiful environment most favorable for learning at Plot 1 to 5, Tundela Comic Crescent, Oshutoko Avenue, Old Bodija, Ibadan. Our avant-garde structures, sports, modern classrooms, libraries and laboratories neatly packaged for friendly interactions. We offer secure and comfortable boarding facilities to boys and girls. Top-grade instructors passionately guide our students to success in Nigerian and international examinations.
Here comes another golden opportunity to enroll your wards for the 2018-2019 entrance examinations, holding on Saturday 10th of March and Saturday 16th of June 2018 at 9 a.m. in the school's premises. For more information, call 0816-606-1632.
Bodija International College, the best foundation for success.
Fresh 105.9 FM, invigorating.
Welcome back to She Matters with Olufunke on Fresh FM here in the city of Ibadan. Well, we have to start to take some calls now because a lot of people have been. The phone is. Some people are ready to. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon. Who is on the line and where are you calling from? Oh, and I got her. Hello. Wow. Well. 08032321059. Okay, we got that. Hello. Hello, good evening. What's your question? Oh no. Now do me a favor. Can you just always move away from your radio set? That was why we lost this last call. You know, because it's echoing. So please move away. Hello. Excellent. Good afternoon, sir. No problems. Go ahead with your question. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. I'm grateful. Thank you very much for calling. Thank you. Hello. Well, I'm still talking about children that comes from a dysfunctional home. Some of them are chemically addicted, sexually addicted. Yes, let's pick this call. Okay, go ahead. Hello. Okay, hello. Whom do you... Yes, please. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you for calling. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for calling to appreciate the program and comment on the program. The line is always busy. A lot of people are actually on our call now. Hello? Thank you. Wow. Line is always busy. Hello? Okay. Hello? Good evening, please. Who is on the line? Yes, please. Who is on the line, please? Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
I have a listen to your program. You mentioned something that I wouldn't want to mention on the air.
Okay.
It touched me, and wow, my heart is jumping. But thank you so much for bringing this topic up.
Thank you, sir.
And I pray that God will help you to
thank you very much.
those things that you mentioned. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. All the way from Australia. Well, you can still contact me on my private number after this program.
Hold on.
Yes.
Just quickly.
Okay.
I will just quickly grab a pen.
Okay.
To write it down.
My number is 080, and all our listeners everywhere. Please send me a text on 080 232 42389.
423.
It's 9 42389. Excellent. That's my number. Thank you for calling all the way from Australia. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, adult children from dysfunctional homes, the things that happens to them, when your parents are not there for you emotionally, mentally, they can be there for you academically and professionally. You can go to Harvard and be the best of the best. But honestly speaking, if you're not emotionally stable, it's going to affect your relationship. Hello, good afternoon. Who is on? Yes, sir. Who is on that?
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Where are you calling
It's
from?
Wale calling from UK.
UK. Okay. Thank you for calling.
Hello.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. I really appreciate all you've been saying about the outcome of broken homes on children and everything. My question is, it's really, really a shame to see many homes broken in Nigeria due to, I don't know what to call it, but it's something that really baffles me. But what do you think can be done to reverse this to continue to happen? Because sometimes it's even really sad to see people of respected places to have a broken home, or to see children coming from the places you least expected. What can be done to reverse all that?
Thank you so much. I'm going to
running the community, running the society.
Thank you. I will treat that. I will treat that shortly. And I'm going to, please, can you move away from your radio? Maybe you should turn it off and just listen.
Sorry.
Powerful question. Now, let me say this. I went to preach in one of the states. It's all over the world. It's not only in Nigeria. It's a global thing. I was in this UK. I was ministering, and this particular man, he had about 5 hospitals in United Kingdom, solid, sound. It was a Father's Day. I went to preach at their conference, and I do recovery of emotional baggages and all that. So I told the man, one of the things you do in healing of these emotional baggages is the ability to speak to your dad, your mind. Even if he's dead, you speak to someone that looks like him. I mean, the person, imaginary dad, you just tell him everything. So I was the person that he was going to speak to as if he was speaking to his dad. And I want you to listen to what he said. He said that I'm a first-class student in my school when I was in primary, secondary school. In the whole of the state of Nigeria, they gave me scholarship to come to America, to London. I became the best doctor in my school. But Dad, you were not there with me. I wish the day every time I'm giving an award in my school, you are there to cheer me up, to hug me, and make me feel as if I've achieved. Because in the family system, when a child's life is not validated, if a child is doing well, most of the time, African setting mentality, it is when a child is done bad that they hit the child. When the child is good, nobody sees that. Now, the man said he was in tears. He's a 67-year-old man. I'm not joking. I've had a lot of that all over the world. Now, this man said something. He said, Dad, I wish you were there when I was struggling to be a man. Apart from academics, I was doing well academically, but I wanted to understand what love is. I wanted to know how it is to make a commitment to a woman. I was having this urge for sex, but I wanted a father to just tell me this is how and how and how I should go about it. He began to weep, and he said that today I have 25 children for 18 different women. And Daddy, in the class of my profession, I'm living alone in my house now, cooking for myself. And he began to sob. A man that is almost 70. That tells you something, that when it comes to family system, forget everything. Let's deal with it. Now, it's not only in Nigeria, it's all over the world. Because listen, every child's needs has to be met. Mental, emotional, physical and psychological needs. When those needs are not met, when they are damaged, and who meets those such needs? Family system, dad, mom. And the first hero that children have is their parents. I was ministering today in church. I said every child did not come to this world blank. All of us came with whatever we're going to become. I told you I was excited. I just became a grandchild was added to me yesterday, another girl. I'm another grandma yesterday. It's so beautiful. Now, I looked at that baby when he came to the world. He held his fist. His arms were fisted like that. Now, the baby, when they took her to her mom to suck, the baby looked. And the next question in the heart of that child is, can I hand over my destiny to this woman and her husband and my dad? He will suck and think. And somebody said we came to this world naked, we are going naked. It is not true. We handed over our destiny to the family system. Our parents really squandered it. It's not Africa. A father, now listen, I live in Ibadan. Almost all the time, when it is 6 p.m., you will see cars parked in various spots. I don't want to, do cheap publicity. Clubs, daddies, they won't come home on time to check whether their kids have done homework. The child will go back to school, teeth not brushed, socks dirty. There's no father figure. By the time their kids are waking up in the morning, the man is still snoring from the hangover of last alcohol. What else? You're asking me, what about the wife? Listen, a man is a pilot. Adam sinned. It was the man that Adam and Eve sinned in the garden. It was the man that God confronted. The men are the pilots. Somebody said, you don't understand. I tell people, I've seen a short man succeed. I've seen a tall man succeed. I've seen a fat man succeed. I've seen men that have issues with their health succeed, but I've never seen a mad man succeed. Everything stems from the head. If you're a father, you're listening to me today, I'm just being honest and I'm telling you the truth. The destiny of your children is handed over to you. You are the pilot, you are the captain, you are the driver of that boat. If somebody said, what about if I want to go to the restroom now, I'm in the studio, live recording, I want to go to the restroom now, my brain sends the signal to my body that you need to go to the toilet. If I decide to wee on my body, then something is wrong with my brain. The man is the head of the home by the standard of God. If anything happens to that family, listen, when a man loves his wife and the man really shows affection, the woman has no choice. This is a woman you toasted, you proposed to, and she gave herself, changed her name to marry you. So when you begin to show anger, show aggression, living a lower standard, you lower the standard, you sleep with all the members, you sleep with every dictum and Harry, and the kids are seeing it. You mess them up. They won't even follow your God. My name is still Olufunke Adetuberu. Today is a little bit emotional because I'm very, very sensitive because I have had kids call me from all over the place when I did the last episode about 2 weeks ago, and it was like, come on. So I'm going to be breaking down the effect of dysfunctional home. What happens to children? What is going on in their head, in their minds? because of the system they came from. Let's pick another call. I hope I've made some sense here today. Wow. Hello. Please, if you want to call me. Let me say this before I take your call, please. My number, not the one you're calling now on the live program. You can send me a text. Please don't call. I have a lot of callers. I had to block that number now. Call me on 080-232-42389. I don't cry over spilled milk. I'm not going to say we should go and be crying that our parents are da. Somebody said, Daddy, you can't cross your hand. If my father passed it down to me, I'm not passing it down to my children. I can't raise my children the way my daddy raised me. That is abuse. Yes, we pick this call. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Who is on the line and where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Oladi. I'm calling from.
Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I've been sending text messages. You asked me a question.
What's the question, please? Go ahead. Ask me now.
I said, okay, ma'am. I said, what happens? What can you tell a child of 5 years that caught you, that saw you and attacked? Then start asking questions. That what?
Okay. Now. Okay, you saw your son, your 5-year-old child saw you and your husband relating sexually, and the question is, how do I handle that? Two things. If you have a child that asks questions, if the child asks a question, then answer that child and say, well, mom and dad, what they are doing, we are not supposed to be doing it in your presence. Do you understand? Now, one thing I know that parents don't do is to take responsibility. And that's one thing I will do till I die. I will always accept when I'm wrong. Or everybody, my children, they know. Are you getting me? Take responsibility and begin to monitor that child. The moment the child is drifting sexually and emotionally, please call for help. Because every child between age 1 to 6 is the formative years of that child. The moment you know he's drifting, maybe he's touching his body, you understand what I'm talking about, or he's trying to, do anything or fondle himself, please quickly send for help. We have people that can help such a child to get out of that as soon as possible before the child becomes an addictive child or something. Yeah. Hello? Or the child gets addicted to sex and all that. Hello? If you're going to call me on my number, is 080. Okay, hello? Please, if you are calling us, move away from your radio set. That's going to make it easy for us to communicate with you. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, where are you calling? And please speak loud. Oh dear, we lost that. Yes, let's speak that. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, good afternoon, my sister. Where are you calling from?
My name is Taiwo, calling from Bashan.
Please speak louder, please, and lower your radio.
I say my name is Taiwo.
Yes, I've heard you. I just wanted to lower your radio so that I can hear you properly. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I'm not there.
Okay, awesome.
Are you listening?
Yes, I'm listening.
I have a problem and I want to share it with you. I don't know where will I start from. You
want to share it on air, or you want to talk to me later?
I don't know how will I come about it, but it does that. It's something that really pains me a lot.
Okay, just give me
about my.
Okay.
Okay, can I start?
Yes, you can. In 1 minute, chance to do a summary.
All right. There's a story of mine that I gave birth when I was young, and the boy is now 14 years old.
Okay.
And I get married to another man, and the man don't want to see my child. He doesn't want it at all. And the child, I left him when he was 1 year, 1 month. So since they haven't seen him for a long time now, so I'll be able to contact his father, and he said, each time I talk to the child, he says, Mommy, I want to know you. And this one I'm married to, he don't want to see the child. So I'm giving he's giving me a lot of education. I don't know what to do.
Thank you so much. You will still call me on my number. Send me a text. Please don't call. On 080.
Yeah, I don't.
No, don't.
This is my first time calling you because actually you told me about your program. So this is my first time. I don't be able to get your number. Maybe you call it again.
I'll call it now. I'll just call it now. 080
I'm not with my friend.
Okay, don't worry. I'll still call you before I finish the program. Now, let me say this to everyone that is going into another relationship. Sometimes we forget to explain our past to our new spouse. We don't communicate out of desperation. I'm sure one of the reasons why she quickly went into that relationship, finally, I will see somebody that will marry me, even though I have a child. Let's just leave it like that. Please communicate. Anybody that loves you will love your dog, will love your goat, will love your animal. If there is genuine love. Now, my sister, you will go out of your way. Listen, you don't have to bring that child to your home. That's the wisdom. But go and look for that child. And love that child. Because I used to tell people, you don't know a child that will be with you at your graveside. The day I'm privileged to tell you my story, I'm sure some of you will not believe me, who I am today. You don't know a child that will be the star in the family. You don't know the child that will be a voice. So, please, my sister, go. I'm not saying you should bring that child home if your husband doesn't want to see that child. And if your husband is listening to me, hey, some children will become your own children and you'll be so shocked that this child that I received has become my own son that will take care of me in my old age. Life is a film. This is a movie that we are watching. And if you are watching this kind of a script, watching this kind of a movie, and you don't do something about it, and you are insisting that you don't want to see another child somewhere, who told you that you don't know a child that will be with you for life? Let me just be honest with you. But my sister, go and look for your son. Go and look for your son. My number is 080-232-42389. My number is 080-232-42389. Please send me a text. Don't call. If you call that number, it's going to be ringing for as long as you don't know. So please just don't call. Just send me a text, and I promise to call you back. By the grace of God, I will call you back. But my sister, go and look for your son and love that boy, and apologize to him for dumping him for a very long time, please. Hello. Yes. Okay, go ahead and say what you want to say.
What does
Question.
maturity have to do in marriage?
You said?
What does maturity have to do in marriage?
Please, can you send me a text on 080-232-42389? Thank you for calling. Hello? 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 Yes, hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Good afternoon. Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. Sorry. What need to do?
Oh my God. Me going that. Oh no. Please move away from your radio set and oh hello. Yes, ma. Who kill Ejota long so?
Please, I will speak on Yoruba.
Ẹ sọ Yorùbá, ẹ má worry, ẹ sọ Yorùbá. Ẹ sọ Yorùbá, ọjọ́ a ti ń sá lọ lórí ọjọ́.
Okay, èmi lẹni tó ń pè nígbà yẹn tó jẹ́ pé ọkùnrin tí mo sọ pé ìyàwó ẹ̀ sá lọ yẹn.
Okay, tẹ́ ẹ̀ sunkún.
Tí mo sunkún gbà yẹn.
Okay.
Mo kàn ní kí n dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín pé ẹ ṣeun gan mà.
Olúwa ló ṣe. Olúwa ṣe.
Wọ́n ní òun mi ti wá rí mà.
Ẹ text mi ná, mo máa ń busy gan, but ẹ bá text mi, a lè sọ̀rọ̀.
Mo mọ bí ń text mi bẹ́ẹ̀, but mo lè pè yín kí n pè yín tẹ́ bá pè yín tẹ́ ní nọ́mbà yìí.
Nọ́mbà yìí, nọ́mbà Fresh FM ni, nọ́mbà mi ni mo pè sí.
Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ mú nọ́mbà mi kúrò lórí ẹ̀kẹ́ kọ́ ni.
Ìyá nọ́mbà tó wà ń bí pọ̀ ni, ẹ lè má try mi, mo lè gbé pẹ̀, tẹ́ bá ti fàdúrà sí màá gbé. Because I have a lot of people. Ẹ ṣé sà.
Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ obìnrin yẹn,
Hello sir. Hello. Hey, if you are calling us, can you move away from your radio set? The line is just jamming each other. Hello, yes sir. Where are you calling from?
Hello, I'm calling from around Abu.
Okay, go ahead. Who is on? Well, what's the question?
My name is Joyce from around Abu.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes. Please, ma, I just want to talk about the additional.
You want to ask a question? You want to ask a question?
Yes, question.
Okay, sir.
Yes. You know, I don't understand. What about if, for instance, you look at the trend of your family, you see that there is none of them is really something.
they all just heard the same route, even those who went to school. Those who make it have to pray and pray and pray.
Okay, you are talking about the family system and the pattern in the family.
Yes.
Now, let me quickly answer you because of time. Sir, it's possible to break the pattern. And that's the truth. The truth you know has the ability and the capacity to set you free. He said you will know the truth and the truth will make you free. When you understand where you are coming from, you will guard against the things that happened in the past with your parents. You will watch it closely. For instance, if in your family system now, everybody drinks. You will tell yourself, I have a friend that her daddy was a drunkard, her mother was a drunkard, all her siblings drank. When she met with Jesus, there was a time she had sore throat. She sings. And I said, they say if you take a hot drink, he said, lie, I can never put it in my mouth. Because she knew that if he's not careful, the familiar spirit, you know, some of these things that we call Ogun, demons, is a familiar spirit in the family, it's a spirit. When maybe somebody in the family gets angry, all of you have anger problem, and anger has scattered homes, scattered business, scattered relationships. Before you know it, you just find yourself in a similar pattern. So they call it familiar spirits in demonology. I started with demonology, so I understand what I'm saying. And at the end of the day, it now becomes a trend. But the person that wants to break free, you know what? Joseph had been, my DJ or my engineer has been saying time is going. Now, let me quickly say this. I can't pick any calls again because I'm just out of time. But listen, when Joseph knew that there are issues in their family, the time of separation in Potiphar's house took him time off to be able alone to deal with the baggages. And that was why, you know, this father committed adultery. Joseph daddy, he had so many wives. The first thing he told himself, never, I cannot be a polygamist. So when Mrs. Potiphar said, oh yeah, let's come and become a gigolo, he said, me, I would not allow my erection to destroy my direction. That is a man that understands the pattern. And he told himself, I will not perpetuate, I will not continue this pattern. I'm changing it. I am changing this pattern. Before you knew what was going on. So by the time, for 2 years, he interpreted the dream of the baker and the butler. For 2 years, they did not remember. He was processing his pain, dealing with his baggages. And by the time he got to the palace, it was another story. There was no traces of whatever was happening to him anymore. Please send me a text. I have to leave here. Wow, I feel like doing 2-3 hours. If you have privilege, if you want to sponsor this program, we'll really appreciate it. We can add more time and more hours for somebody to be blessed, because I'm ready for my generation to help them to overcome their baggages. My name is Olufunke Adetuberu. This is She Matters with Olufunke on your one and only station, Fresh FM 105.9 in the city of Ibadan. I want to appreciate all my listeners. I celebrate my fans. I try to ignore my critics because critics will always be in crisis. Thank you so much for listening. Send me a text on 080, that's my number, 080-232-42389. That's my private number. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you next week. Thank you and God bless.
It's cold and loud. His Sundays were spent out with the gambling crowd. I've never seen my daddy inside the house of God.
Fresh 105.9 FM. Invigorating.
Yay! Hey, yo!
Ìwà ìbàjẹ́ ni ìwà tí ò bójúmu ni Ọlọ́run lòdì sí pẹ̀lú fífọmọ obìnrin ṣòwò ẹrú.